Hey everyone, Golden Ninja 3000 here again. Welcome to my 1989 Batman set collection video. On the left, we have the 1989 Batmobile. That set cost $250 and released in November of 2019. On the right, we have the 1989 Batwing. That set retailed for $200 and it released in October of 2020. Both of these sets are based off of Tim Burton's 1989 Batman movie. Both of them come with minifigures of Batman and the Joker, and both of them are gorgeous Lego sets and some of the best that DC have ever made, especially the Batmobile. I freaking love that Batmobile. So I wanted to compare the two of them in a video just so you guys could get an idea of the size difference and see how they look together, because I think that they pair beautifully. So to start off, we're going to be comparing the minifigure stands. On the left, we have the one from the Batmobile. On the right, we have the one from the Batwing. Both of these are built in almost the exact same way. They're meant to be Gotham City rooftops, and they look incredible. They have the same build for the gargoyles. There's just one slight difference. On the Batwing, the gargoyle head is attached with a stud, whereas on the Batmobile, it's attached with a 1x1 plate. The Batmobile connection is much stronger. The Batwing stand ones just wiggle around too much and almost fall off. So I really wish that they hadn't changed that. But other than that, it is the exact same build. And for the Batmobile, we got Vicky Vale, Michael Keaton's Batman, with an amazing new cape and cowl piece that's actually rubber. And then we also got Jack Nicholson's Joker. For the Batwing, we have the Boombox Goon, the exact same Michael Keaton Batman minifigure, and a mime version of the Joker. I really liked the Batmobile minifigures because getting Vicky Vale was an unexpected surprise. I thought that we would just get Batman and the Joker, and she did have some really nice printing, even though it was a reused face and a common hairpiece. The Joker was an awesome figure. Michael Keaton's Batman is also just amazing, mostly because of that new piece. That's how it looks from the back. So overall, I was really happy with the minifigures from the Batmobile. I'm less happy with the minifigures from the Batwing. Don't get me wrong, I still love them. Still a great Michael Keaton minifigure with the same piece. I understand why they included a second one of him. You can't really have a Batwing set without Batman. I'm not upset about that. I love the mime version of the Joker. This is just an amazing minifigure. I really love it. Like, I might love it even more than the one from the first set. He has an awesome new face print as well. So I'm quite happy with him too. What I don't love is the Boombox Goon. I haven't seen the movie. I don't know the significance of this guy. From what I can tell, he's just like a funny guy. And he isn't even like people's favorite goon. People kept talking about some goon named Lawrence. So I think it's kind of a shame that they made him as a minifigure. I mean, he does have some really awesome Joker card arm printing. But I think it would have been better if they included someone like, Billy D. Williams as Harvey Dent. I think that that would have been a fantastic minifigure for this set. I also really wanted to see Catwoman, Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman, although I understand that this set is based on the 1989 movie, not Batman Returns, so I get why they didn't include her, although it would have been incredible to see Batman with, Danny DeVito's Penguin and Michelle Pfeiffer's Catwoman. I really hope that we get them as figures one day. I've taken my phone off the tripod just so you guys can get a better idea of the size difference between the two. The Batwing is just massive. It has a very impressive wingspan. The Batmobile is huge as well, and it's much denser. So let's start to get into like some of the finer details on these. I do have to apologize for the dust on my Batmobile. It's been in the closet since I got it, which was, about a year ago. I just love the front profile of this thing. They got the shaping down so well. Between the two, I definitely prefer the Batmobile, just because, to me, this is one of the best designed Lego sets ever. It's definitely one of my favorites, and the work that was put into this to get all those curves right is just incredible. The Batwing also has a fantastic design. Yeah, I'm sorry, they can't really fit into camera together, but it's just not as detailed and awesome as the Batmobile for me. It's also, I think, a much more boring build. I felt like I just put so much time into the wings, and then I was like, awesome, the wings are done. And then like the set itself is done, you only spend like a bag or two, like really like only focusing on the cockpit. So that was kind of a strange experience for me because I don't know, it just felt a little bit off. I do still love it. It's just that, like I said, I can't really explain it. It just felt different for some reason. The Batmobile does actually have some play features. You can slide this cockpit forward, and that was a brand new glass piece that they made just for this set. And if you turn the steering wheel inside, you'll notice that the front wheels actually turn. There we go, sorry. So working steering was a really unexpected but awesome play feature, so I'm really glad that they threw that in there. The cockpit of this set was also super detailed, if I can even get the camera in there. There's a ton of detail in there. There are 2 seats. All right, there's a little bit of a better look. You can see there are 2 seats, and then there's just a ton of stickered detail in there. If I can get it, just focus on that cockpit. There we go. There's a ton of stickered detail in there, and I really love that. Like, the cockpit of this set just looks so amazing. The back had some fantastic shaping as well, including those scalloped wings. And then this actually activates another play feature. So if you turn that turbine at the back, this thing is so long, it's really hard to get a handle on it. So if you turn that turbine, it'll actually pop off those pieces and bring up a pair of machine guns. That was an awesome play feature and totally accurate to the movie, because in my head I was like, why don't they just retract? Like, there's plenty of room to have like those plates come up and retract. But it's because in the movie, that's actually how like it works. Like, he blows those pieces off of the Batmobile. So I really love that play feature. It's just incredible. I haven't filmed a separate review for the Batwing yet. I do want to. I'm just really not motivated to film reviews for such large sets. It's really difficult, especially for something just of like its wingspan. However, it is an incredible set. It's just not as interesting as the Batmobile to me because it doesn't have any of those play features. It's really just a display piece, which, yeah, the Batmobile is as well, but this one is just even more so. Like, the only things that you can do here are raise and lower these wing flaps on either side. You can kind of raise the machine guns on this side just because they're on hinges. You do have some nice scalloped wings up here as well as some fantastic shaping at the back. I really love how they achieved that. And there are gorgeous curves on this one. They just aren't as gorgeous as the curves on the Batmobile. I do like the way they build the edges of the wing. It's obviously really hard to get like an unbroken curve in there, and the designer did their best. I just think that the curving is better on the Batmobile. The cockpit on this one isn't all one piece. It's actually a bunch of new pieces. I would have preferred if they made a new mold, mostly just because I like new molds, especially for windshields and stuff. And also because Lego's glass gets really easily scratched, and that has happened here. You can see there are some large scratches. So that's kind of a shame. I know a one-piece cockpit wouldn't get scratched as much. This also doesn't attach with any studs. It just sits in place. However, it is very snug, so that's not really something to worry about. This one's cockpit only has the one seat with a less interesting headrest, but it does have a lot of sticker detail like the Batmobile, and I do really love some of that. You know, you have a minifigure targeted there. You have some nice joysticks. Over here, you actually have like one of the balloons that the Joker was flying during the parade scene in the climax of the movie. And I still like it. It's just, you know, like I said, it's not as impressive as the Batmobile, which is okay. Not everything can be. Back here is like one of the only features of the set. You can actually lift up this little compartment, and inside there are a couple of red crowbars, and that's so that you can pry up the seat, since this can be hung on a wall. That is a great thing that you can do. I hesitate to call it a play feature just because it's more of a display feature, because you know, you have to drill into the wall, you have to mount your nail, and you have to put it on the wall. I am making a wall mounting video. I don't know if that'll be out by the time that this is out, but watch out for that. Both sets did come with display stands as well. They have the UCS style plaque, but the stands are actually in light bluish gray because the sets themselves are mostly black. I do like that, since a black stand would just blend straight into the model. For the Batmobile, the one part I don't like about the stand is how this like info plaque just sits right here. There is a reason for that. It's because this stand can actually rotate the entire vehicle around. I'm not going to bother putting these things on the stands. It's very difficult, especially for the Batwing. But I do love that rotating feature. It looks fantastic spinning around on its little display stand. The Batwing does have a more elaborate stand with a permanently mounted info plaque. I really appreciate that. I think it looks fantastic. It doesn't work very well though. Like, this is the weakest UCS stand I've ever seen. Once you have the Batwing on here, it's just too big. It wobbles the thing around a lot, and it's just like so much larger than the stand. It's kind of laughable. So I really think that they needed a larger stand to make it work properly, because I was very disappointed by this. Okay, I lied. I did go to the trouble of mounting these on their stands. It's just really hard to like hold them with one hand while you try to like fit the stand into like the tiny little holes with the other. So the Batmobile can spin nicely, although it does sometimes just move around the entire stand because it's so large and heavy. And then as for the Batwing, I actually really like what they've done here because it's mounted in a flying position. This really only makes it worthwhile if you have this kind of low down so that you can see the top, although you could mount it in reverse and kind of have it flying down. But even just spinning it around, you can see the way it's like moving the entire stand. Like those pieces are flexing and about to come out. That's kind of terrible. I've never seen a stand that weak with that much flexing, so I'm really not happy with that. I'm very glad that there's a wall mounting feature, because while I was like, oh, that's just a cool idea to kind of save space on like my shelves, after building this set, I was like, oh, it's a necessity because of how weak this stand is. So I'm not very happy with that development, even though it does look fantastic on the stand. I just really wish it had been built stronger. So I have mounted the Batwing in reverse for this shot, and I do think that that looks a little bit better, and it does work a bit better as well. So yeah, the stand's just a little bit disappointing, and I'm not used to being disappointed by something as simple as a stand for Lego models. Overall, I love these sets. They're fantastic DC, like, direct-to-consumer sets, especially the Batmobile. Like, if I sat down and tallied it up, that would probably rank in, like, my top 10 Lego sets ever. It's just, like I said, I think it's one of the best designed things that Lego's ever made. So even if it doesn't rank in my favorites, I just think the design work on that is incredible. I'm really happy that they made these sets. I thought we would get a Batwing because, like, you know, it would be so nice to pair the Batwing with the Batmobile. I just thought, like, oh, hey, we'll probably get the Batwing in like 2 years, you know, like in 2021, after it's been a while since the Batmobile. But we got it in 2019, and out of nowhere, no one knew it was coming. We saw it from an instruction leak. So I can't really complain too much because I just think it is a fantastic surprise, and it is a perfect display piece. So, I mean, I can't really complain about the lack of play features because, again, I haven't seen the movies. I don't know what it can do. I just think that it would be nice if it had play features because that's what impressed me even more with the Batmobile. So 2 fantastic sets. I just prefer the Batmobile. If you're going to buy one, I'd say definitely go for the Batmobile. But if you want something that's large and imposing that you can hang on your wall, the Batwing is definitely the way to go. So that's it for today. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe, and check out my website, goldenninja3000.com. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. This was fun for me to make because I just really wanted to see these 2 sets together. I'll see you guys with more videos soon. Bye for now.